is quadratic equation? The general form of quadratic equation is ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0, where a is the highest degree, which is second degree, and b is the numerical coefficient of x, and c is the constant.
Hi! I am Myra Ednaline and I'm here to help you guys. So let's start. Are you ready? There are many ways in finding the roots of a quadratic equation. So the first one is the extracting the square roots. So the steps in finding the roots of a quadratic equation using the method of extracting the square roots. First, transform the equation so that a perfect square is on one side and a constant is on the other side of the equation. So for example, our equation is x squared minus 121 is equal to 0. Transpose the negative 121 to the other side. We will have x squared is equal to 121. Second, use the square root property to find the square root of each side. Remember that finding square root of a constant yields positive and negative values. So our new equation is x squared equals to 121. Extract the square root of x squared and 121. What is the square root of x squared? Of course, it is x. And the square root of 121 is 11. So the answer is x equals positive negative 11.
Hello there, my name is Georgie Gasman, and here I am to help you how to solve a quadratic equation by factoring. So let's start. For example, x squared plus x minus 12 equals 0. So the first step is write x, provide space for the constant, multiply by x, provide the space for the constant equals 0. So the second step is find the constant. To find the constant, think of a number if we multiply equals c, which is negative 12, and if we add equals b or 1. So use the trial and error method to find the constant. So we get positive 4 and negative 3. The next step is apply the zero product property, and equals to x plus 4 equals 0. The second one is x minus 3 equals 0. So solve for x. X plus 4 equals 0. Transpose positive 4, so it will be negative 4. Then the next is x minus 3 equals 0. Transpose negative 3, so it will be positive. So the final answer is negative 4 and positive 3. How to solve a quadratic equation by completing the square. So let's start. For example, x squared minus 8x plus 7 equals 0, which is a equals 1, b equals negative 8, c equals 7. So the first step is divide all terms by a. So we can skip on that step because a equals 1. So second step, move the number term c over a to the right side of the equation. So it will be x squared minus 8x equals negative 7. Third step, complete the square on the left side of the equation and balance this by adding the same value to the right side of the equation. The given formula for this is b over 2 squared and equals to negative 8 over 2 squared. Then simplify, negative 4 squared equals 16, and it will be x squared minus 8x plus 16 equals negative 7 plus 16. Then simplify. X squared minus 8x plus 16 equals 9. Then factor the right side of the equation, and it will be x minus 4 squared equals 9. The fourth step, take the square root on both sides of the equation, and it will be square root of x minus 4 squared equals square root of 9. And we get x minus 4 equals positive and negative 3. Then solve for x. The first is we get the positive side of the equation, and it will be x minus 4 equals 3. Then transpose negative 4 then change sign, and it will be x equals positive 3 plus 4, and it was 2, x equals 7. Then the other one is get the negative side. X minus 4 equals negative 3, then transpose negative 4, and it will be positive x equals negative 3 plus 4 equals 1. So the final answer is x equals 7 and x equals 1.
So, the fourth and last method in finding the roots of a quadratic equation is by using the quadratic formula. The formula is x equals negative b plus minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So first, identify the a, b, and c so you can easily substitute the given values to the formula. So for our example, the equation is x squared plus 3x minus 10 equals 0. So the a here is 1 because it is the numerical coefficient of x squared, and b is 3 because it is the numerical coefficient of x, and negative 10 is the c because it is the constant. So substitute the given values to the formula. So we have x equals negative 3 plus minus the square root of 3 squared minus 4 times 1 times negative 10 all over 2 times 1. So simplify it. We have x equals negative 3 plus minus the square root of 9 plus 40 all over 2. Next, we have x equals negative 3 plus minus the square root of 49 all over 2. Get the square root of the number under the radical sign. We have x equals negative 3 plus minus 7 all over 2. So let's separate. We have x equals negative 3 plus 7 all over 2 and x equals negative 3 minus 7 all over 2. So perform the indicated operations. We have the answer now. So the answer is x equals 2 and x equals to negative 5.